I never planned to say it that night. Honestly, I thought I'd keep it hidden forever, lock it somewhere deep inside my chest, pretend everything was normal. But secrets have a way of suffocating you, until one day, they explode out of your mouth before you can stop them. And that's exactly what happened. I was sitting at the edge of the dining table, twisting my fingers, feeling this massive pressure building behind my ribs. My mom was setting plates like everything in our world was perfectly stable, and I was about to drop a bomb right in the middle of that stability. "Mom, I need to tell you something." She glanced up with that soft, motherly smile, the one that makes you feel safe even when you're standing on the edge of a cliff. "What is it, sweetheart?" My throat tightened. I'm already married." The plate in her hand slipped a little, clinking against the table before she steadied it again. Her eyes widened slowly, painfully slowly, like she didn't understand the words at first. "What did you say?" I forced myself to meet her eyes. "I'm married, 3 months ago. His name is Aaron." There it was, a tsunami that hit her face all at once. Shock first, then disbelief, then this strange expression I'd never seen before, like she was watching a tower she built brick by brick crumble right in front of her. "You married someone," she whispered, "and you didn't tell me? Your own mother?" Her voice wasn't loud. That almost made it worse. Quiet disappointment feels sharper than anger. "Mom, I know it looks bad, but..." "It doesn't look bad, Lisa," her voice cracked. "It looks like betrayal." My heart dropped so fast it felt like gravity doubled. I stepped toward her, wanting to touch her hand, wanting her to understand I never meant to hurt her. She stepped back. "No, don't. Just answer me one thing. Why would you hide something like this?" I wanted to tell her everything. I wanted to explain how Aaron and I fell in love too quickly, how we feared both families wouldn't accept us, how we thought we'd tell them after things settled, but life didn't give us that perfect moment. We just got scared. We thought we'd have more time. You had time to marry him, but not enough time to tell me? The silence after that was brutal, the kind that sits on your chest. She walked to her room, and the soft click of the door shutting felt like a slap. That night, I heard her crying, quiet, broken cries that pierced right through the walls and right into me. I had never felt so small, so guilty, so unsure of everything I believed about myself. I told myself things would cool down, that maybe tomorrow she'd be calmer, that maybe a conversation could fix this. But I had no idea that this was just the beginning, and the real storm was coming straight at me. Morning came, but the tension in the air stayed heavy, like fog that refused to lift. I walked into the kitchen, hoping, praying for even an ounce of softness from my mom. Instead, I found her on a call, voice low and firm. "I want every detail. His full name, his job, his family background, and I want it today." I froze. She paused when she noticed me, then ended the call without a word. The silence felt like a punishment. "Mom, what was that?" She didn't even look at me. "I need to know who my daughter married behind my back." "That's not fair," I whispered. "You're acting like he's some criminal." She finally faced me, and there was something cold in her eyes. "When a marriage starts with lies, Lisa, something is already wrong." Her words sliced through me. "Please don't involve other people. Let me handle it. Let me bring him here and talk." "No," she said. "I'll talk to him when I decide to, not when you think it's convenient." And then she left the kitchen. leaving me standing there shaking. 3 hours later, my phone rang. It was Aaron. But his voice wasn't soft or warm. It was tight with panic. "Lisa, your mom came to my workplace." I felt the blood drain from my face. "What? When?" "Just now. She found out where I work somehow and cornered me during my break. She asked me why I trapped you. She asked if I pressured you. She told my manager that our marriage is questionable. Lisa, I could lose my job if this gets worse." My heart pounded painfully. This wasn't just anger anymore. This was war. "I'm coming there," I said. "No," he said firmly. "Let me get home first." "But baby, this is getting dangerous." When I got home later, Mom was calmly drinking tea like she hadn't just shaken someone's entire life. I sat across from her, trembling with frustration. "Why would you go to his job? Why would you do that?" She looked up with this expression like she thought she was justified. "Because I'm trying to protect you." "You're not protecting me," I said through clenched teeth. "You're tearing my marriage apart." Her voice rose for the first time. "That was not a marriage. You ran off like a child and signed papers like it was some secret game." I stood up. "It was real. He is my husband. And I will prove that this marriage is invalid," she said quietly, almost too quietly. My stomach twisted. "What do you mean?" She didn't answer, but the look in her eyes told me everything. Somewhere, somehow, she was already planning something bigger, something worse, and I had no idea how far she was willing to go. The next week became a nightmare, twisted into slow motion. Every day brought something new, some message, some threat, some consequence. My mom wasn't yelling anymore. She wasn't even crying. She had transformed into something colder, sharper. She became strategic. One morning, I woke up to Aaron sitting on the edge of my bed, holding a letter with trembling hands. "Lisa, your mom reported our marriage." I sat up instantly. "Reported to who?" "The legal board." His voice was shaky. "She told them the documentation was manipulated. She claimed I coerced you. If they investigate this formally, we could be charged with fraud." My breath caught in my throat. That's insane. She's lying. I know she's lying. But Lisa, she is your mother. They'll take the complaint seriously. For a moment, I couldn't speak. My own mother had taken the most intimate, sacred part of my life and turned it into a weapon. Later that afternoon, I confronted her head on. "You filed a complaint? Against your own daughter?" She didn't flinch. "I filed it against him because he took advantage of you." "No, Mom, I married him because I love him, not because he forced me." "Love?" she said with a bitter laugh. "Love made you hide it from me? Love made you run like a coward?" Her words hit hard, but she wasn't done. She continued, "I'm going to get this marriage annulled, legally erased. You'll thank me one day." That was the moment my heart broke, not because she was trying to ruin my life, but because she believed she was right. I left the house shaking. Aaron opened the door the moment I arrived, his face pale. "Lisa, the investigation already started. They called my HR office. They're digging into my personal records. They even contacted the building owner where we signed our papers." My mom's influence ran deeper than I realized. That night, I broke down completely, curled on Aaron's chest, sobbing until I couldn't breathe. I don't know what to do anymore, I cried. She's destroying everything. He held my face gently. Then we fight. Together. And that was the moment something inside me hardened. If my mother wanted a war, I was done fighting like a child. I was going to fight back like a woman. The next morning, I walked into a law office and hired an attorney. Not to attack my mom, but to protect my marriage. But I had no clue that the moment we filed our counterstatement, the real betrayal was about to surface. A betrayal that didn't come from my mom. It came from someone I trusted even more. The legal process dragged on for weeks, draining us financially and emotionally. The nights got heavier, the mornings colder, and somewhere in the middle of all that chaos, Aaron began to change. He became distant, distracted. His phone was always face down. His texts became shorter. He stayed late at work, even though he said he might get fired. At first, I blamed stress, pressure, fear. But a woman's instinct? It's rarely wrong. One night, while he was in the shower, his phone lit up. A name flashed on the screen. Mira. My heart jolted. I opened the chat with trembling fingers. Mira. Did you tell her yet? She's going to find out eventually. Mira. You can't keep living a double life, Aaron. Mira. I'm tired of hiding. Double life. The words felt like a punch straight to my lungs. When Aaron walked out of the shower, towel around his shoulders, he froze the moment he saw the phone in my hand. Lisa, I can explain. Explain? Explain what? How my mother suspected him before I ever did? How he fought beside me while lying behind my back? My voice was hollow. Are you seeing her? He exhaled long and slow. I didn't mean for it to happen. We broke up months ago, Lisa, before you told your mom anything. I was trying to protect you, not hurt you. So you lied to me while I was fighting the entire world for us? She came back, he whispered. She wanted closure, but nothing happened, I swear. I believe the first half, not the second. The betrayal cracked something inside me deeper than anything my mother had done, because this time it came from the person I fought for. The next day, I made a decision. A sharp, painful, absolutely necessary decision. I walked into my law office and updated my statement, not to defend my marriage, but to end it. The annulment my mom tried to force, I chose it myself. She didn't win. I simply refused to lose myself. When the final signatures were done and everything was over, I stood outside the courthouse breathing in cold air that felt strangely freeing. Mom was there, waiting. For a moment, neither of us spoke. Then she stepped closer, her voice softer than it had been in months. I'm sorry, Lisa. I went too far. I should have trusted you. I looked at her not with anger, but with clarity. And I should have trusted myself. We didn't hug. Not yet. But something in that moment rebuilt itself, quietly. Later, when I got home, the silence felt different. Not empty, not heavy, just peaceful. In the end, I learned something fierce. A marriage built on secrets will collapse. A relationship built on fear will rot. And a heart that forgets its own worth will always break. But a woman who rises after betrayal, she becomes unstoppable. And that is exactly who I became.